Welcome to another Valhalla MMO tutorial. This one is going to be on basic modifiers. So modifiers is what gives each weapon, item, and all that special things. If you watch the command video, the modify and attributes, those are modifiers basically that you can apply onto items and mainly through crafting recipes. There's a lot of different modifiers and so many I can't cover them all in even 3 or 4 videos. I would need to make maybe 2-hour long video to cover them all. So I recommend after this video you just look at them, look at some recipes, look at all that, and try and understand ones you want to learn. If there's any complex ones you want me to go over, send them. Eventually when I get enough, I'll make a part 2 to this with more. There will be another video in the deep dives about ones that'll have math to them. As I show you some, there'll be some with math. So what we're just going to do is look over some recipes. I'll tell you how some things work and how to do things. Then I'll show you how to add modifiers, how to remove them, how to edit them, how to set priorities, and just some basic things like that. Sounds complicated, it kind of is, but it shouldn't be too bad. If you sit down and watch, any questions, put them in Valhalla MMO official Discord or comments, link in the description. Let's get started. So /val recipes, right? Or reset recipes. So let's start with a sword once. Let's just look at this wooden sword. So these are salvage recipes. I won't get into those because those are more just normal recipes. Here's the sword. So these are modifiers. So let me just go back here. This button right here is dynamic item modifiers. This is modifiers. So there's a lot here, right? And you don't need to know all of these. I will go over some of these I won't. These I will not go over. I will say you can look at them. It's an equation to basically scale things with your current level and how you want them to scale, and then gives you the output. So this is the attack damage, this is attack speed, and this is durability, and they will scale with you, and you can change this if you understand the math. There will be a deep dive video coming out soon, hopefully within like a week or 2, about how this math works. Me and my friend are still trying to understand, but when we fully understand, the video will come out. So these are how they get their attack damage, attack speed, and durability. Now you can have just ones that have solid ones. So here, you press new, these are all the modifiers. Looks complicated, kind of is. Let me just show you around once. Here's all modifiers. Every single modifier, all on these pages. Then custom attributes. These are sprint, movement, speed bonus, reflection chance, mining speed, wood cut rates, just look around. I'm just showing you the tabs here. Vanilla, there's some here, step height, generic scale, so this is how big something is, like a player is. So I could have it so when you wear this helmet or have this in your hand, you shrink down. Let me actually try that because I'm not sure how that would work. So let me make you pretty small. So okay, let me show you around here. This isn't how all will work, but this is kind of a good way to show you. So read this. If you click, you can add. If you left click, remove if you right click. If you shift left click, it's usually a bigger amount you add by or subtract by. So shifting, bigger amounts, not shifting, smaller amounts. Sometimes you'll see like this one, these two are actually the same. It just goes up by different amounts to make it easier. Should this be added? So basically if you already have a base height, while you have this, should it add to it or remove from it in my case because it's negative. This is one that every single modifier will have, is priority. So it's not entirely too important for a basic level, but basically what takes place first in this item when it's crafted and then last. So if something depends on something else, you want the thing first and then the thing that depends on that to be after it. Don't really worry about too much, but you can play around with it and see how things happen. So let's add that. Then over here, let me just show you here because I forgot to. Copy from recipe, save, and copy from index. So we can copy the exact item from an indexed item. So if I want like this exact like modifiers, I could copy it and get the exact modifiers. I'm not gonna, but I could. Same with recipes. So, and then this is save. Always press this whenever you change anything here. And then let's try and actually craft that sword now and see if it changes my scale. Oh. It does. That's actually sick. So yeah, this is only on certain versions though. Obviously, a lot of these things can be for the attributes because Minecraft adds new attributes each update. This one, I think you need 1.21 at least to get it. So yeah, you can have different things like that. I love this actually. This is sick. And then when you stop holding it, go back to normal. Let me continue to show you those tabs I was showing you and then fully show you some more things. So if we look here, there's these, which is what we're on. The miscellaneous item properties. As you can see, I'm not going to go over everything, but these all have special things, like make it unbreakable, bait power, so it increases the luck, basically. Material class is one thing that the priority would be important for. You would want material class to be highest priority, because some recipes depend on what material class it is. So example, in the skill tree you can upgrade it so wooden tools give a higher quality output, and you could swap any item to be considered wood. So just so you know, here there are things where you can craft the player head. You require a minimum alchemy level, minimum level in something to use the item. And then this is the smithing quality, adding multiplier, dynamic thing. So if you just want to add a smithing quality, you can. If you want something to be a trinket, this is how you do it. Weight class. So there's heavy and light armor, heavy and light weapons. This is how you change them. Crafting conditions. I'm not gonna get into them. Item flags. So you know when you have something enchanted, it has a small little flag that shows, hey, it's enchanted. You can remove that. Same with dye. Look at them. Food properties. You can turn any item into food by adding foodify. You can change its food value and saturation. If it makes it so potions stop affecting you, like milk. Food class, so there's like dairy, produce, things like that in food. You can choose what kind. Also in config you can change like a lot of things. Like for races you can make it so, oh, this race gets better food intake from meat and stuff like that. Then there's player rewards, so you can make it grant Valhalla XP, vanilla XP, give you money, or give you items. So if you use like a milk bucket in a recipe, you want this so that way it can give you the milk bucket back, or just the bucket. So you basically put whatever item you want to give it to you once you craft this, and then you have to click this to confirm the item. Now let's say I want 2 sticks, I just hit it again. Now let's say I want it to actually give you 1 piece of wood as well. So you replace that with this, then you hit confirm. Now you see the current list. That's how it works. Then there's custom potion effects. Look over these, not going over these, there's too many, but there's almost one for anything. Vanilla potion effects, miscellaneous potion effects, and potion conditions. So what potion type, if it's awkward, things like that. Enchantments, pretty simple idea, just adds enchantments onto the item. And then we're back to all modifiers. So I will say something, and this could go in the recipe video or the modifier video, but let's say, that outputted item, we wanted it to have a custom name and image, right? So let's just go with this, right? The gear. Okay, this is not part of Valhalla. This is something I added on my own, right? Let's say we want a recipe for this. We could go in and give it a custom model ID from Valhalla, but it's a little tedious to do. And I'm not sure about the name thing, maybe you can, but I would recommend through commands or other plugins. I used item adder, but there's ways to do it just through commands and plugins. But you can rename it and get the custom model ID already, and then go into recipes and just set this as like the outputted item. Is that way when you craft it, you get the gears plus whatever modifiers. Hopefully that didn't save, because I don't want to replace the... Okay, good, it didn't. But yeah, so I wouldn't recommend changing custom model data through that. Obviously you might need to if you want like to upgrade this, so you make it so, you know, some things you might need to, but most of the time I would recommend renaming it and having it all set up beforehand. This is just a basic overview of how modifiers work and where you can find some things. Obviously I can go more in depth and will go more in depth on some of them eventually. I'll do an in-depth potion guide, which will show a lot about modifiers, mainly about modifiers. So stick around for those. I will be doing way more of these tutorials, so if you have any questions, please join the Valhalla official Discord. Please check the wiki before asking any questions, or my other videos, see if any of them are answered already. But don't feel shy to ask questions in there. You can join my official Discord server to join my Minecraft server when it comes out, or just ask questions about this. But I would recommend their official Discord server. This is part of a series, Valhalla MMO Basics. Please watch the rest of it if you're new to Valhalla MMO. It just goes over the basics of how to make recipes, how to do things, basic things about Valhalla. So if you enjoy this, please like. We want to get to the top of when someone searches Valhalla MMO. That way it's not the out-of-date tutorials, and there isn't many tutorials. So hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.